All right, let's try that again. Take two. And I don't know if you noticed, but we had died on the last one. My name is Tina Kavergich. Thank you for joining me. Today is Takeaway Tuesday with Northern Stamper. That's me. Anyways, thank you for joining me. And today we are going to be making a different kind of card. I hope you saw earlier the dimensions for the card we're going to be making today. I tried to post that up so that you can join along with me. This is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a great card. We are going to be using, let's try, let me see if I can grab it, some of the DSP. Yeah, hey, look, check that out. Some of the DSP from Up Lighter Than Air. It is a kind of like a hot air balloon type of paper that we're using. And because, I don't know about you, but I have a lot of stamps. You can't quite see them all there. These are the card swaps that I got from, oh, my goodness, what happened? That is, as I was saying, a small few of what I have. But today I thought, you know what? I had something that would match this. And this is an old set from a couple of years ago. It's called Above the Clouds. And it is a hot air balloon one. And I've kept this because I like to make samplers, which are just little squares of, let me see if I can find one. I like to make samplers. And in this sampler, this Above the Clouds has some awesome sentiments. Let's see if I can show it to you. I might lose you, but let's keep going. All right, just taking her around my shop here. And you can see these are some samplers that I've created. And in some of the areas, oops, can you see? There are little words, and those are from sentiments that I've had in the past. So I'll try and walk very slowly, so not to make you all bouncy. Anyways, Above the Clouds has one of the sentiments that I use a lot for those type of samplers. What we're also going to be using is an older punch, and this is the matching punch to Above the Clouds. So I wanted to give you an idea about that. Good morning, Joan. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for those great cards. I love them. They are posted over there in the little Joan corner. So anyways, today is April the 9th, and it is a very exciting day. Have you checked out that there is, what is it called? The clearance section has been updated, and the last chance products have been going up. Now, last chance, I got to tell you, literally the last chance. Grab them quickly because a lot of those items sell very quickly in the first day, especially those that are the in colors. So those will go very fast, so you want to grab that. I will post a link below or above to the link to my store if there's something that you want, or if you want, drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. Okay, let's get you up on the camera mount so you can see the card that we're going to make. Let's see if I can do this properly. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there's my messy room. You can check out my messy room getting ready for a class that I have coming up. Let's see if I don't lose anybody. Okay, hold on. Just going to tilt you a little bit. All right, let's get this. I had to do it. A new kind of setup here. Not very happy with it, but, it works. As I said, let's try and get you a little closer. My name is Tina Kavergich. Don't worry, you can always drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com, okay? So you could drop me a question there. I do have my new catalog. Yay! I know some of you that are demonstrators have got them or not got them. If you're in Canada, they should be coming out very soon. I know they started mailing them out. So there's some really great stuff in there. One in particular that I love always is a paper share. I am doing a paper share. These are not the papers, but these are the papers I'm using today. If you want to do a paper share with me for the items from the new catalog, drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com, or comment below. All right, let's get started. You did not come here to see and listen to me just go on and on. So let's get going making a card. I don't know what's going on here with the internet, but bear with me. Hopefully we could get through today without any problems. Joan is still impatiently waiting for hers. I'm sorry, I wish I could make it go faster. But you know what? Joan, next time you come with me down to Onstage, which will be in North Carolina next year, and we will get our catalogs nice and early to see everything. All right, so what we are going to be doing, we are going to be making a card, which is like kind of a stand-up one. And what we need is we are going to need some cardstock. Right? So I've chosen to use white cardstock. This may be a little hard to see. Maybe I should change the color background so that you can see a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to do. So hold on a second. I'm just going to change the background here. So that you can see it a little bit better, since it won't be white on white. I should have thought of that earlier. So we're just going to use this. Pop that in there. Okay, good. All right. Should have thought of this beforehand. Okay. There we go. I have white on white. And what we need is 3 pieces of 4x4 cardstock to be cut. So I'm going to do this all from scratch. So I'm going to cut 3 of these, 4x4. Okay, so let's get those started. Going to put it in the trimmer and place it up to 4 inches. I really don't like the way that this, stand works. So I got to find something out better another day. So 4x4. So we need 3 of them. Okay, so you'll notice I'm cutting 2 pieces at the same time. It's just to speed it up. And if you're very careful, you line them up, you can do more than 1 piece of cardstock at a time. Okay, take one of those out. And like I said, I am using white. So I have 1, 2, 3 pieces of 4x4 cardstock on this. All right. What we also need is some DSP, but I'm going to cut that in a little bit. Okay. Let's see, make sure these all are the same edge. And what we need to do for each of these is cut them all. Don't cut after this. We are going to score them all together from point to point. Some of you have made a card like this before, but let's try it again. So I'm placing it in the trimmer. Can you see here? I'm just trying to get this. There we go. So the point is in the trimmer, 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. Going to place that in. Don't cut it. Double check. Score it. We're going to do that for all 3 of them. 1. Score it. Tip. And then tip. Diagonal. Carefully close it. 2. We're going to do the 3rd one. Tip. And tip in the little cut gutter of the trimmer. So we have those 3 done. Okay. So those 3 are full and scored. So what I'm going to do is just fold them, and they're going to be little triangles. So we're going to fold them into little triangles like this. Okay. All right. Okay. And if I did it properly, they will all be nicely in 3 little triangles. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. Right? Now, this is the tricky part. Here's the tricky part. Okay, I hate to do this, but this is the tricky part of our card. All right, I'm going to take one of these away. And what I want to do is I want to work with 2 of these. So I want to place 2 of them together. So and if I place them together, I got 1 score line coming down on the right and 1 score line coming down on the left. Okay. There we go. There we go. Left, and I'm going to fold it over. Okay, so you see, as I'm folding it over, it's on that side. 1 on that and on the left. Okay. There we go. So if I fold them closed, they are going to make kind of like a little arrow on this side. I just wanted to show you that in particular, okay? So there we go. I'm going to do that on each side. So you see the point meets at the top here. This is very important. I know I'm kind of going over this over and over, but there we go. Closing it on this side and closing it on this side. Now, if I had a little piece of tape, I would kind of tape these together. So let's see what I got here. Somebody had stole my tape, but I don't have any, so I'll use tearing tape. Very important, keep the point together. Make it flush on the bottom, okay? That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to add a little bit of tape. If I had Scotch tape around here, I would just take these two together like right across in the middle here. There we go. So this is tearing tape. I'm just going to place it in the center. The reason I'm doing that is so I want to hold these two together. Okay, so there's the point, remember? The left, and then the right. So see how they close? And I made it as flush as possible. Very important, you want to make the point. Okay, what we need to do is that third piece that we have folded, okay, it's going to go on an angle, like a diamond shape. And if we lay that down, that will go right on top that spot where we glued. Okay. So there's the glue piece. I'm going to take this. There's the folding in the middle like a little diamond, and we're going to put that right on top. All right, so let's get off this piece of tape. So I'm going to add a little bit more of tearing tape to the back here. Okay, add that in. There we go. And I'm going to place that right into the center there. Okay, there we go. One left and one right. So it folds right over. Okay. Oh, that one's got I did a little too far over, but that's okay. So when I fold it over this diamond in the center, they will fold right over that. Okay, so that is very important. Give me a thumbs up if this makes sense so far. I tried to go very slowly so that you can understand. I know it's kind of hard to see white on white. So there we go. The diamond is in the center. This becomes the inside of our card. All right, so this is the inside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it around, and we are going to work on the outside. So this is the inside where it flaps in like this. I'm going to open it all up, and I'm just going to flip it over like that. So this is the outside of the card. These two flaps will fold underneath. There we go, like that. But I want to kind of like discuss the inside and the outside of the card so that you can see. What I want to do is I want to decorate this part of the card, the outside. And this is where the designer series paper comes in. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to place this off to the side so that we can work on the pieces to cut. Now, if you're using designer series paper on this card, be very careful, because if you're using directional like this, I'm going to show you. So if I use directional on like this paper, when it comes out, it might be on an angle. So let's just give it a try and see if that actually does work. So remember those pieces were 4 by 4. So I'm going to take it down a little bit. So 4 by 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it becomes another square, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Remember the DSP was, the cardstock was 4 inches. We're just taking it down a little bit. And what I want to do is I need to cut this diagonally. Okay. And now this is where it happens. When you have directional DSP, this is where the problem comes in. So directional DSP, when I place it on, place it back on here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Guess it depends on which way the direction is. And we place it. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Gonna do directional DSP. I think maybe I'll save that piece for the inside. There is one here that has clouds. Maybe I'll do that instead with the clouds if I could find it. Apparently not with the clouds. Okay. We don't have clouds. So what I'm going to do is I want to glue these on to the little flappy corners on the left and the right and on the top. Okay. What I can also do, let's see if they go together. I need to do at least 3 of these. 2 for the outside and 1 for the inside. So let's cut another one of that matching piece. Okay, I got the same paper, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to cut it. Whoops, where are we? I'm going to cut that on a diagonal. Just be aware that if you're using directional, it may kind of come off a little funny. So let's see. I'm trying to see. Okay. I'm going to glue those to the outside of the card itself. And as my friends know, I'm going to be using liquid glue. Let's see if that works. It's going to work with me today. Hello? Hello, glue? Oh. Let's add a little bit to there. Now, never use too much of the liquid glue, otherwise it will squirt right out. Can we see that in there? And I'm going to place it so that there's a nice frame all the way around. I'm going to do one side. I'm going to do the other. There we go. Oh, good morning, Christine. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to place that on the other side. Okay. And again. Now, so these are all on the outside on the triangle areas. Okay. And the way I cut them, see that they all line up with each other? So I cut this piece together. I put that one on the right. I cut this piece together and I put that one on the left. Okay. Liquid glue is not really much my friend, so hopefully this is all nice and dry. What I'm going to do, you'll notice that on the bottom it is empty. There is no DSP, but if you want, you can always add some in there. I'm going to flip it over. So this is the inside of the card. Remember the back and the front, the inside and the outside. What I'm going to do is I want to place some DSP kind of in the top corner here. The diamond in the center becomes where our sentiment is. So, but I want to place some on the left and the right. And let's get something a little bit different. Maybe we'll do that color on the inside. Again, we're going to be cutting 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then on a diagonal. So we're going to cut that. And cut it on a diagonal. Let's see if I can get this in the camera. So we got a left and a right. And we're going to be adding it to the inside there. Oops, can you see that? Going to add that to the left. Here we go, line it up. And I'm going to be adding it to the right. There we go. So I have it on the left and the right. Yes, a little bit of white on the bottom here. If you want, you can cut little corners or little diamonds for those little sides. Because I have this on white, I could leave the center just the way it is, and I can place my sentiment in there. So I have decorated the inside on the left and the right. I've decorated the left and right on the outside. So what happens is when I'm going to take this, all these folds, and they're going to kind of fold together. 1, 2, and these are going to fold over. And then, yes, it becomes a little teepee. So look at that. So aha, see, this is what I was going to show you. See, with directional, now my my so-called clouds are now sideways, but that's okay. I think it will still be okay. So this becomes like a little teepee. And what I want to do is I want to decorate the outside of my teepee with some of the items from the stamp set that I used above the clouds. Or if you have the DSP, you can always just cut out some of these hot air balloons and add them to the outside. I will be doing both. Let's cut some out and let's stamp some. So first of all, let's do a little bit of cutting. And whoop, I don't have any left there. Let's grab another one. And what I'm going to just do is fussy cut. Oh, this is a nice one. Look, this one is all in a line. I'm going to fussy cut this one all out. Okay. Don't forget, when you place an order, there are some items that are going up in price, and you definitely want to get those before May the 1st. Okay. Because some items increase in price quite a bit, such as basic white cardstock. That is going up roughly about $3. So you want to grab a couple of packages of that. Basic white cardstock, white goes with everything. So add that to your list. It's one of the items that I think is a good idea to purchase. Or if you're running low on white envelopes, add that. That is also going up quite a bit in price. So I just cut those guys out. And I'm going to hold on to these guys and we'll decorate. In the meantime, let's get some white cardstock. Got some ink, and I'm going to take this little balloon here. Because it's empty in there, I can add a sentiment. And we are going to punch that out. Okay, I got my block. I'm going to place it on. Oh, that's really big. Let's take a look. Can I get a smaller block on that? Oh, I think I can. Okay. I'm going to take a smaller block. There we go. I'm going to just do it in basic black, memento black. Okay. And let's stamp that on there. There we go. There's one. See how it's vacant in there? I'm going to add a little sentiment. And let's see if I can get this one in here. There, one says, "Let your dreams soar." That's one of my favorite ones. I'm going to ink that up. You can tell how much oh my goodness, how much I've used this stamp set. See, it's turning purple. And it's got cat hair all over it. Okay. Place that in there. Oh, that looks great. That looks fabulous. And don't forget, we want to have a little basket. Don't forget to add the little basket. Okay. I love these little blocks. There's an A size. Sadly, that will be going away too. So I'm going to grab a couple of those before they go. So there's a basket and my balloon. And I'm going to be just cutting that out with it's a really old punch. So hold on to your older items. You never know when they're going to come in handy. So let's pop that in there. Oh, you couldn't see me stamping. Oh, I am so sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, this setup here is just not the greatest. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I got that in there. I got to figure out how to kind of get it into the little basket in the corner there. There we go. Okay. Can we see that? There we go. I'm trying to get it in there. There we go. Oop. Whoops. So I have those two. If you want, you could always lightly color it in with some some Stampin' Blends if you want, or maybe some colored pencils. Let's just grab some Stampin' Blends and just add a little bit of color into that. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of pink. Just going to add some color. Who is this? That's Flirty Flamingo, so I'm using Flirty Flamingo. I am very, very excited. I have, in 2 weeks, we will be doing our techniques camp. I am so excited to start that. I'm going to be teaching a whole bunch of different techniques. I will be running it online in September, so I'm quite excited about that. It'll be Techniques Camp number 2 in September online. There we go. Just add a little bit of color. You know what? I think I could add a little bit of color on that around the edge. And I'm going to use one of the new ink colors that is called Pretty in Pink. And I'm going to do that light, Pretty in Pink. And all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to color the whole balloon. I'm just kind of go around the edge a little bit. You know what? Let's see. Let's see how it looks. You know what? I have a feeling I'm going to be coloring the whole balloon. I'm just going to be very careful around the black words. I don't want them to run. They shouldn't, but let's see. Oh, okay, look at that. If I don't make it too wet, it should be okay. So Technique Camp in September will be with blends, also with watercolor pencils, so you don't want to miss that. All right, so I have my balloon done. I got my little, oops, my little basket. I forgot my basket. Let's add a little color to the basket. Okay. Oops, there we go. Now what we can do is we can add this to the front of the card. So let's bring the piece back together. All right, remember this folds closed like a teepee. So there's the left, there's the right, kind of goes over a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I could just place that on top. It kind of gets a little lost in there, I think. I could add something behind it, like a black. I could also add my other balloons on top. Ooh, look at that. What if I did 2? Okay, kind of play around with it. And not only do you decorate the one side, but look, I can decorate the other side. I think I'm going to add this one to the back here. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to decorate it to the back. So what you want to do is you kind of want to play around with it a little bit before you glue it down. And I just noticed a trick. Okay, here's a trick. Don't lay it flat and add your balloons like this. Because they will be on an angle. Close up the card, okay, and kind of work on it in your hand like this, okay, because if you did it the other way, it would be on an angle. So I'm just going to let that dry. So I've placed it on here, liquid glue. I can kind of maneuver it around. So I got it on one side. So if you did it and it's flat and you did it straight up and down, it would be on the wrong angle. So close up the card and work on it that way. So I got that on there. I want to place my sentiment on here on the front, but I think it gets lost on the pink on pink. Oh, you know what? I got ribbon. Oh, yes, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some ribbon. Now, what I'm going to do is add some ribbon. And yes, it is going to go across. So double check. See which way it opens and closes. And let's add that in. And I think I'm going to use dimensionals on this because I can see. Again, I'm decorating it with it closed. It just kind of makes it a little easier so I can see where I'm going. So I got a dimensional there, dimensional there. And then I'm going to bring it back around. Yes, it will fold over. I know this is kind of finicky. Fold it over a little bit. I'm going to go like a zigzag pattern. Okay. This is where it helps to be an octopus. Again, back. And then I'm going to do one more back because I have a whole bunch of ribbon. And bring it back around. And if it's too long, I can always cut it off, it's easier. So it kind of makes a zigzag pattern. Can we see that there? There we go. Good. All right. And then I can place that on top. Oh, that's going to really pop with that ribbon. Okay. Might actually bring that one back a little bit more. Okay. And back. There. So it makes a zigzag pattern like that. Okay. And I am going to add my little balloon, placing it on with some dimensionals. So got my dimensionals, placing them on. Okay. Again, closing the card so I can see where it is. And I want to place it on the card. If I did it when it was open, I couldn't quite see. All right. Got to get my little basket on. Let's get a small piece of dimensional cut to put on the basket. There we go. I hope this is in camera. Again, I'm closing the card so I can work on it. Putting it underneath. There we go. Whoops. There we go. So that's on the outside. Hopefully you can see that. I'll hold it still. There. Now, remember this other piece on the back? I can either leave it because this comes over a little bit, but I'm going to be cutting off the top. Ugh, how am I going to cut the top? I shall just follow that across. There we go. So I got my two balloons on that side. There we go. See that? It is over a little bit, but it's still within that little diamond place there. Okay. If I had it any longer, I would have to cut it off. There it is on the front. Oh, my little basket is all over the place. And let's get some little bling to add to this. Now I can open it up. Okay. I'm going to add some little bling to these. And just pop some on. I'm going to be adding it to all the spots that are there. The front, the back, there. You can decorate all of the sides that you want. There's one on the inside that you can decorate if you like. So there we go. That's on the outside. So it's all decorated with the bling. Let's turn it around, close it up. So one, it folds under and on top. And that is basically the TP card. I know it's a little kind of tough to see, but there we go. I can still decorate this side if I want, or I can leave it blank. I can add a little balloon to the left and the right if I want. Oh, like this one here. Oh yeah, let's just add that. Oh, what a great idea. And it looks like he's kind of flying off the page. We'll just add him on. Okay, add a little bling. There we go. Add my sentiment. And there we go. There's the TP card. Woo. I hope that was not too difficult to follow along with. I tried to take my time with this. I know it could be a little bit confusing. So there's all the sides of the TP. As I said, you could always decorate this on the bottom if you want. But because I'm using white, I think I will just leave it. There's that one piece here. I think it is really cool. I think it's kind of a really cool card. Wanted to show you something a little different. And this is what we did during the team meeting on Thursday. So This is, we get together and we make some really great cards. Comment below if you've ever made a TP card before. And before I go, let's say a proper goodbye. Oh, there we go. And I hope you enjoyed that. Ooh, that's a little shaky. Don't forget, Takeaway Tuesday every day, every week at 10 o'clock. Today is last chance product and the clearance rack has been updated. Don't forget, new annual catalog is launching in May. So if you would like a catalog and you don't have one, give me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com, and I'll drop one in the mail. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.